Beyond the Mind, the future of diamonds, in association with CNBC Awaaz.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this special conversation on the future of jewelry across India and Europe. Today, we bring together two unique perspectives. Aryama Jewels, an established name in India known for blending traditional bridal craftsmanship with modern designs, with a strong presence in Kanpur and an exciting upcoming D2C launch. And Regalis Diamonds, a Poland-registered company that serves as the European arm of Aryama, founded out of a friendship and a shared vision to streamline supply chains and bring India-made jewelry to global markets. Through this session, we'll explore the market shifts, cultural insights, and the path ahead for both natural and lab-grown diamonds. Let's begin by hearing directly from our guests today. Let me introduce them first. I'm in fact joined in by Kriti Parwani Kansal, who's the Managing Director at Aryama Jewels. Thank you, Kriti, for joining in. Also joined in by a very special guest, Dominic Kuharski, who's the President of Regalis Diamonds. Thank you so much for joining in, Dominic.
Thank you.
Dominic, if I may ask you about Regalis Diamonds, it's a very unique company given that it's registered in Poland. Tell us more about it.
Yes, so we are a European Union-based supplier of diamond jewelry. And as you said, it was born out of friendship between the co-founders. So co-founder of Regalis Diamonds and of Aryama Jewels, Sadat Kansal, and I, we go way back to the university days in England. We shared the same accommodation and we literally lived next door to each other. So
how heartwarming.
Yeah. And one of the first people, for both of us, we were one of the first people we got to know at university, first time in foreign country. So it was very special. And we stayed in touch all the way through since the university. And when Sadat was launching his brand in 2024, we discussed the opportunities that lab-grown diamond industry was still presenting and is presenting in Europe. And upon a close investigation, we just kept finding more promise in this area. And here we go now.
That's such a special relationship that you have with Aryama then.
Yeah.
One that goes back to your college days, which is why, Kriti, I want to ask you, tell us more about Aryama. There has to be something so unique about this brand, given that you have a partnership with a Polish company.
Yeah. So I'll tell you first where I'm based, and then we'll talk about Aryama. I come from a tier 2 city. You know how tier 2 cities have a lot of spending capability and they spend a lot of money on jewelry. So, even I used to spend a lot of money on jewelry earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I would, come up with a jewelry brand of my own. The first gap that I saw in the market was that the designs were not very unique. They were repetitive in tier 2 cities. And I was always keen on designing my own jewelry whenever I used to buy something from somewhere. So I thought that, in terms of affordability, because the market is such that the lab-grown diamonds have a lot of future now.
Right.
Yeah, so I thought of starting a brand which focuses exclusively on lab-grown diamond jewelry. And that's how I came up with Aryama.
That's a very interesting story, given that it was your own personal choices that inspired you. But Dominic, we are looking at a very competitive space now, where there's a plethora of options, which is why I want to ask you, what makes Regalis Diamonds so special and unique?
There's a couple of things here to talk about. And I'm going to start with some fundamentals. So the typical supply chain for jewelry in Europe has a lot of middlemen in it and a lot of steps. The diamond goes through a lot of countries before it reaches the retailer. It usually, but what's shared is they almost all go through Surat for cutting and polishing. So we make it easier by just keeping everything in Surat. We do the cutting and the jewelry setting in Surat, and the ready-made jewelry leaves India. There's no need for any more stops along the way. So obviously it adds element of competitiveness to the price and also to the general lead time. Another thing is because we work so close with Aryama, we have very good designs and very good flexibility in the production. We don't need to stock a lot of goods and then push it onto the customer. We are very flexible. We are pretty much just-in-time supplier, which is quite unique in this space, where usually suppliers hold a lot of stock, and then it's a burden for them because the market is so turbulent right now. Diamond prices and gold prices are both quite unstable here. And another thing is, of course, Indian jewelry is very competitive globally, but the problem is for European retailers that it is difficult to deal with an international company. There's a language barrier, time zone barrier, this problem of invoicing, with sticking to the regulations, with getting all the paperwork properly. All those things, and we make it easier because they deal with us as they would deal with any supplier next door, as we are registered there and we are the main importer. And all this combined means that we can address clients' needs perfectly without any minimum orders or anything like that. We just give them what they need. And this is very important because not every client has the same needs, and their needs are not always obvious at the start. We take time to understand what's going to work for the client because we are looking for long-term partnerships and not just short-term transactions. And especially because of lab-grown diamonds interplay with natural diamonds, there's a big risk for some retailers for cannibalization of natural diamond sales. So this really needs a nuanced look and a partnership approach in wholesale. And that's what we do.
Advanced approach is going to be a challenge, which is what I want to take forward with Kriti as well. Kriti, given that you talked about tier 2 cities, you'd also want to cater to the urban buyer. So what is it that makes Aryama Jewels so unique? What is it that you look towards tapping into? Is it a blend of modernity and tradition?
What makes Aryama Jewels really special is that it's an exclusively lab-grown diamond jewelry brand. Lab-grown diamonds are exactly the same as natural diamonds, physically, chemically, and optically. And they look the same, their shine is the same as natural diamonds, their color, their clarity, everything is just the same. Secondly, I would say that Aryama Jewels is a brand where all of the pieces are made in-house by us. There is a rigorous quality check in all of the pieces that we make. Everything is certified, it's hallmarked. Even the diamonds that we use are type 2A diamonds, which are CVD diamonds. They are the best quality diamonds that could be made ever. So yeah, it's something really special that we are trying to do. And it's really unique in terms of designing also.
That's interesting to hear, Dominique, because market all over is going through turbulent times. What's actually causing this shift?
There's a number of potential reasons for this, but there is a consensus that lab-grown diamonds is the biggest disruptor here. Natural diamonds fell from their peak 2 years ago by 25% in price in the period that was generally inflationary, and especially if you compare it to the gold price changes, it's quite shocking. And there are other ideas for it. The supply overgrowing demand, merit statistics. The bottom down is lab-grown diamonds, and we can just look at United States statistics for it. 50% of engagement rings by volume are now lab-grown diamonds. So that's the answer, and that's despite natural diamond industry trying their best to differentiate between lab-grown diamonds and natural diamonds in a way that frames lab-grown diamonds as fashion jewelry stones. But despite that, they are very strong in engagement rings. So
Kriti, are these challenges relatable to the Indian market as well?
Yeah, of course. First of all, it was really difficult to convince people that lab-grown diamonds are real diamonds. But we overcame that challenge really quickly, and Now we are trusted by a lot of people. I would also like to add that
So when you say it was difficult to convince them, what were the challenges? What is it that they are skeptical about when it comes to lab grown diamonds?
people don't know that lab-grown diamonds are real. They think that it is artificial. It is just like American diamonds, which is not the case.
So it is to do with the value of the diamond. They feel is going to be lesser in the
Yeah.
market.
They feel that there is no value of lab-grown diamonds, but we give a return value on the diamonds we sell them. Aryama does that, and that is what we explain to our customers whenever they ask us, what is this about? Will the shine be there or not? Will the color fade away, or will it hold any value later on in life? So that is the challenges that we face. Also, for a jewelry brand which is new, it is very difficult to gain trust of people. So jewelry market, as you know, is basically it runs on trust, and we need to do that for a new brand.
Especially in our country, it
Yeah.
does. Dominic, it's very interesting that she addressed those fears surrounding lab grown diamonds. But how is the market responding to this shift globally? How are world leaders responding to it?
The market leaders responded to it with, as I said, trying to make a distinction which is unfavorable to lab-grown diamonds. But what really happened is it legitimized lab-grown diamonds and helped make them more affordable from back in 2018 when the price was still very high. So even though the push was for making them seem like a cheap shine, they made them affordable to many people.
So, Kriti, taking that forward, how is this impacting India, especially when it comes to the diamond industry?
So in Surat, as everybody knows, there is a very big diamond market. So the whole market has shifted to lab-grown diamonds. They have stopped or reduced, I would say, the manufacturing of natural diamonds, and they have increased the manufacturing of lab-grown diamonds a lot.
The
Yeah.
majority of the market?
Yes.
Wow.
So that has an effect on the whole of India, also on the exports, and especially in India now, the market, when it is moving forward towards lab-grown diamonds, I feel that the future is going to be lab-grown diamonds.
Dominic, if you could take us through the fears that retailers in Europe are going through, especially when it comes to adapting to lab-grown diamonds.
Okay, so in my conversations with retailers, there's not always a lot of hope and hype about lab-grown diamonds. There's always some suspicion and some fear. And this is,
There's always suspicion surrounding something that's new in the market.
Yeah.
But what is it that's causing that suspicion?
yes, this fear is somewhat justified because this is all about cannibalization of natural diamond sales. So especially for smaller carats, for half carats, in some cases even for 1 carats, but especially for smaller diamonds, the difference in price is sizable, but it's not as big as to make the client completely completely drop off the sale. So a client comes to the shop and he sees a lab-grown diamond equivalent that's 2 times, 3 times, depending on a specific quality, 3 times cheaper, and both are within the budget.
Okay.
So if they take lab-grown diamond, that's a loss for the jeweler. My personal what I identify as a good way to tackle it is to include lab-grown diamonds in the bigger stone category. So more extravagant designs, more bolder designs with 1.5 carat stones, 2 carat stones, 3 carat stones. This makes those pieces that would be completely unattainable
Okay.
for most people if they were done with natural diamonds. They make them available, and this creates new market without risking cannibalization. Because if someone wants to buy a natural diamond ring with 2 carats, they're probably going to buy that diamond unless they are very concerned about sustainability and there's a good lab-grown sustainable option. But for most people, this is completely unattainable, and including lab-grown diamond offering in this case is a pure gain for jewelers.
So, Kriti, like Dominic has just now highlighted that there's a fear by retailers which have, actually highlighted that there could be cannibalization of natural diamonds. Is that something that even Indian retailers are going through?
Yeah, I feel that Indian retailers also have that fear somewhere that, if lab-grown diamonds are very famous in the industry, then nobody is going to buy natural diamonds. But as I said earlier as well, that there is a market for both. And adding on to what Dominic said, I don't think that, lab-grown diamonds should just be marketed as bigger carat stones. I think that even for markets where gifting is prominent, or people are looking for affordable options, I feel that even for the smaller stones, for the smaller diamonds, there is a market in India which is affordable jewelry.
So, Dominic, interestingly, Kriti has highlighted the fears of what the Indian buyer is going through when they are purchasing the lab-grown diamonds. So, take us through the entire journey of the lab-grown diamond, how it came into existence, and how does it contrast with the natural diamonds?
Okay, so lab-grown diamonds were around for many decades, but they were used mostly as industrial product, not really a quality that would allow jewelry making. But recently, well, not so recently, a decade ago or so, it became possible, and now is very common for them to be used in jewelry. The narrative is, or the story behind natural diamond is that they grow through billions of years deep within the earth, and they are very special. I think that this is a little bit unfair to lab-grown diamonds and not exactly very close to the truth, because what really happens is, what happened billions of years ago, deep within the earth, the conditions were proper for natural diamonds, for the process of natural diamonds to grow, but the real growth happened only throughout the period of days to months. So they didn't grow for billions of years. There was just random occasion when they could grow in the earth, just like they grow now in the lab. And additionally, lab-grown diamonds also can carry the story of being made on purpose by human innovation and with higher level of sustainability. There's some nuance to sustainability of lab-grown diamonds. The impact of energy mix used in production is very important. If it's not, if the energy mix is not sustainable, the lab-grown diamonds don't have to be necessarily more sustainable than natural equivalents. But there are other factors such as the environmental impact of open pit mining that natural diamonds have on the environment, and other elements. Lab-grown diamonds is a huge opportunity. People could pick the color, people could pick specific quality, usually much better quality than natural diamond because of the affordability and rarity. And there are even niche suppliers that create lab-grown diamond seeds from human material. So people could get hair from family members or from favorite pets' ashes.
Wow.
And suppliers make a diamond seed from that, and then you have a ring or a necklace that's your family.
That's actually very interesting, given that you're almost immortalizing a loved one through that diamond.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm so glad you actually highlighted the sustainable aspect of lab-grown diamonds, which is why they need to be encouraged in the newer markets. And that's why, Kriti, important to ask, how are you adapting to the changing demands of the market? What's the approach?
So initially, we spent a lot of money on making people aware about what lab-grown diamonds are. And now people are aware about them, I would say. The traditional jewelers, they hold a lot of stock of natural diamonds worth crores of rupees. So somewhere I feel that they do not want people to buy lab-grown diamonds, I feel. But I think that, I am selling lab-grown diamond jewelry, and I feel that there is a market for both. There are people who will buy natural diamonds. There are people who will buy lab-grown diamonds due to the affordability and the accessibility. So there is a market for both.
So, when you are catering to the markets in India and in Europe, what is the difference that you have observed in the jewelry demand in both the markets?
The difference is in weight, and this is both in terms of real weight and the symbolism of jewelry in both places. So, first of all, Indian designs tend to be much bigger, much more extravagant, bold for European standards, which tend to go a bit more minimalistic. And the other difference is buyer behavior and seasonality. So in India, Diwali is 20 or 30% of sales for the year for jewelry business. And also the marriage season is huge, with those bridal sets just being full of diamonds, right? In Europe, we don't have that. Even Valentine's Day in America is less than 5% of jewelry sales. So you cannot compare Diwali to anything in Europe. And also symbolism. In Europe, it's more about personal style and sentimental value, as in especially for romantic relationships. In India, it's more often about the storage of wealth and tradition. People give each other jewelry more often without any romantic interest, right? And for Diwali, so yeah, quite a lot of differences.
So it's interesting that you highlight that there is a cultural sort of influence in the Indian market as well. He very rightly mentioned Diwali and the purchases. So how do you ensure that the designs look fresh and innovative while also keeping tradition in mind?
So we do a constant R&D with our customers and the trends that are in the market currently in India. We have a lot of designs at Aryama which are traditional, and also we have modern designs too. It's a blend of both. We have a wide variety of each kind of design, because there are people who want to buy jewelry for weddings and for festivals, and there are people who want to buy very simplistic jewelry, like youngsters. They don't want to wear a lot of jewelry, and they want really simple designs. So we have everything for everybody. And we also focus on customization a lot, because I feel that in today's time, everybody wants something that is unique to their style. So we also do a lot of customization with each and every piece. It is very unique for each individual.
All right. Since Kriti mentioned that they are also investing in R&D, is there something that Regalia is doing? And is the European consumers' awareness regarding lab-grown diamonds changing?
Yes, it is. More and more people know about it, and especially younger people want, cruelty-free, you can say, equivalent to natural diamonds. And I don't want to say that natural diamonds are necessarily bad. As I said before, they could even have lesser carbon footprint than lab-grown diamonds, if lab-grown diamonds are created with a bad energy mix. And also there's a lot of focus on traceability in natural diamond industry, but still for some younger people this is very attractive, lab-grown diamonds. That, and of course the price difference.
And before I end, Dominic, quickly want to ask you, what are the plans for Regalis Diamonds? Are you looking towards expanding in the European markets, and how do you intend to do so?
Yes, we want to build a strong foothold in Poland and then expand into other European Union countries. As we talked, markets are changing, are turbulent, but from our perspective, it doesn't change anything because the fundamentals stay the same. Clear communication with our partners, good execution, that's what's going to carry through any uncertainty.
Expansion is always a very important aspect of a brand. What about Aryama Jewels, Kriti?
Yeah, we are definitely looking at expansion. Right now, we have a physical store in a tier 2 city, which is Kanpur, and we are also going to expand it to other cities. First, we will cater the market in tier 2 cities, and then we want to take it to urban cities as well in the future. And we are also working on taking the brand online.
All right, Kriti, thank you so much. Thank you, Dominique. I actually wish you luck on that note. May you expand as a brand and may you also adapt to the changing patterns in the market. Thank you so much for that very insightful conversation that we had over here. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. Same here.
And so thank you to our speakers for such valuable insights. What we've heard today is clear, that the jewelry market is evolving faster than ever, from natural to lab-grown transitions, from tradition to modern design, and from India all the way to Europe. Aryama Jewels and Regalis Diamonds together represent how heritage and innovation can work hand in hand to shape the future of jewelry. On behalf of everyone here, thank you for joining us, Kriti and Dominic. It was a pleasure having you here. We look forward to seeing how both Aryama and Regalis actually grow together. They continue to lead with creativity, adaptability, and vision. Until next time, thank you to all our viewers as well. It's a goodbye.
Beyond the Mind, the future of diamonds, in association with CNBC Awaaz.